Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. You know, there's something infectious about this initiative that I'm on, coming before you when I've been given some enlightenment and sharing that enlightenment with you. It makes me feel so close to you. It makes me care. It appears with you mean so much to me. You've always, in a sense, sort of like saying you believe in something, but you don't really have to give too much evidence because you're not, as far as you know, given a challenge. And then you get involved, and then you start seeing it evolve, and that's what happens to me. You see, within this past year and a half, some wonderful things have happened for me. I see things that are being made available to expose all of the crap that, and when I say crap, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about policy, I'm talking about situations of life at every level that works in a negative sense. And when I say negative sense, I'm talking about where it works for some and not for others. You see, those kinds of things have to get out of this system, out of every system where you're looking for peace and prosperity and joy. And that's what I am seeking, not just for myself, but for you. Because the truth of the matter is, anyone who knows what is required for peace and prosperity and joy, in any situation that they find themselves absent of the experiencing of that, then there is no such thing as them separating themselves in that environment to receive what the people cannot. So they got a constant job to work to see that those things are done. And here we have the United States of America, our politics, our separation supposedly of the organizations, church and state. We have a society of very wealthy people and a society of poor people, children poor, all you know the works. And those things hurt when you know they don't have to exist. So I was just thinking, with the policies that are being made today, with the President of the United States, let me go and start, and not be afraid to use him. And he wants to be held up as the greatest of all. I guess if that means that he's going to be good, then he's going to be greater than whomever we've ever thought was good. And if he's going to be bad, then he want to be worse than anybody who has ever been given that title. But I want to really give this message to people who are Christians and people who are in the church and people who are religious. Because I want to say some things to you that perhaps I think you might be able to understand if it's said in a language that you are familiar with. You see, basically being familiar with the scriptures or scriptures that have been devised to reflect a time past by giving information that supposedly others have given. And all of the scrutiny that goes between all of that stuff, ladies and gentlemen, it is not that complicated. It's not that complicated. You see, the scriptures, my friends, to me, and I'm just going to talk to you, were meant for the times for which they were written. Now, we and anybody past those times can read those scriptures. But it is not a prescription of how to keep walking. No, my friends. This only tells us what path they were walking and where it got them. That's all. We are responsible for the path that we trail. We are responsible for that. Some of them might be repetitions of what has happened before. I'm sure it will be. And others will be brand new. And again, everything, whether good or bad, will be determined by where you're trying to go. Where you're trying to go. And as Christians, we say we're trying to serve God. And you've been led to believe that serving God is going to church, assembling yourselves together. That preaching, deacon, stewardesses, choir members, all of this is serving God. That's not serving God. That's celebrating you, showing your talents. God gets no glory out of that. Serving God really means serving yourselves. Now, if you're serving yourselves selfishly, excuse me, if you're serving yourselves as an individual, selfishly serving yourself, then the end of that struggle is death. That's what it leads to, death. But in the sense of serving God, means serving yourself, means serving one another. Serving one another wherein is life. Now, sometimes that can be hard to understand, but I would like for you, if you would, to imagine, Christians, a world, an earth. Let's just restrict this to the earth. Built as it has been revealed to us, with all of its abilities as it has been revealed to us. Still standing. When we were here, it was here. And been able to do all of the things that we have required of it. Imagine, if you will, that is yours. When it means yours, meaning it is there for you to use an individual. And when you got everything at your disposal, when all you have to do is desire and enjoy going after it, and then there it is, isn't that wonderful? Now, if another person is put on the earth with that one person, who does the earth belong to? Does it change? Does it belong to the one that was here first? Or does it belong to the one who's coming next? The answer is it belongs to the one who always owned it. That's the one who put it here, the one who made it. Nobody has any ownership. This is a gift to all and to everybody. All of the earth is yours to do any and everything that you want to do. Everything you want to do. Nobody's to restrict you about what you can do. It's all yours. But one thing you must not do, because it will lead to death, it will destroy this order. And what is that? Somebody might say, well, let's bite out the fruit. Well, what does that mean? Disobedient. Yeah, is that all? It means you made a choice to do what? To be selfish. To do it another way. Not the way that you have been doing it. Not the way that you were told is the way that leads to all of this. You believed in something else. It basically means that if we look all around us, that we can do it better. It means basically that we're not satisfied being at a level with you. Now I think I'm more than you. I deserve more than you. That's why when we have policies being made, say for instance this tax bill, what do the rich people say? They say they deserve more than the rest of the people. They're putting generals in positions of power, people who have held high positions, but who have always at the same time in every position worked under the authority of someone else. And in this country, it's the president. And so the people who are blinded by the crap that they received in the lie thinks that these guys are going to represent them. They're not representing you, the people. They are representing that which started the whole problem. You're better. Everybody gets some. Everybody accepts it. Some get dividends. They got their investments in, being a part of it, accepted. As long as they can get a little bit more of that God, where they can do anything they think they want to do, what I'm talking about now is money, then they keep right on doing it. And the fact that at the same time, when you see the babies, the little children, looking in shelters for places to eat, all all the pain and suffering. And you say you're serving God? No, to serve God means as long as any of this exists, you got a full-time job. A full-time job to expose the ugliness by lifting up the beauty. Expose the ugliness by lifting up the beauty of working together, by lifting up the beauty of coming together, by lifting up the beauty of peace and working toward peace and not war, by glorifying love between the brothers and the sisters as they work together for the common good of saying, no way, Jose, we through with that. Well, in America, everything I just told you, when you said anyone, Adam or Eve or any people, decided that they were going to go on the premise that they are better than others and they deserve more, the best, and they were willing to do anything to get it, even to kill if you stood in the way, as we would anything. And if we just look back at a picture that's been presented before us in our lifetime, when you make a decision like that, you're going to be dominant. You're going to be it. You're going to be the greatest, like our president says. It's going to be the greatest. And like that lie that was told in the garden about being the best. And if we wanted to look at that today, how is that reflected? It is reflected in the fact that one of the things that they did was took away a woman's right to be a woman, to have a voice, to do anything except what a man wanted her to do. They still do that exactly like that in various parts of the world. But it is still experienced here within the United States of America. Women, shut up. Ooh. So what were women to do? Sex objects? Produce children for men, hoping that they're men instead of women? Then that was so they could be better. Take advantage. What is another thing they did? Take another's land. What? Wait. Take the land that you're living on, and I live in it, and herd you in a cattle bin of a sort. Why? Because you're bigger and better and you deserve more? This is the idea of breaking up the divine, of breaking up heaven? Because you got a vein in you that'll cause you to do certain things, and then you take people and make them slaves, make them work that land. Wait a minute now. You shut the woman up, you took others' land, now you got others to work that land for you. So you can be God. So you can experience all those things that each individual is supposed to experience But by doing it the proper way, there's no lying, no cheating, no stealing, no poverty, no crime, no violence, no terrorism, no threat, no war. So, ladies and gentlemen, what am I saying to you? I'm saying to you that if you question people, what you go to church for, you know what it is. And I know you, by your own way of thinking and your own understanding, believe that you're doing exactly what God wants you to do, and you are proud of it. And you do not want to be attacked on anything that you're doing. And I'm definitely not trying to attack you. You have been committed to do this as you've been doing it for as long as you've been doing it. I'm not going to say that's wrong. I'm going to say our hope is real in you. Because now it is time to take the next step. The message I'm giving you now, you haven't heard that message. But we are being given a challenge. We have evil personified in this country. It is not doing anything to loosen its grip. It's driving hard. And the only power that can stop it is the divine power. But that divine power won't do a thing if it's lying dormant. And so for those who know God, I'm talking about those who want to know God. I'm not talking about just believers. Because believers need some energy. Believers need to see those who claim to be more than the believers to say, yes, they are. And so we, whomever we are, wherever we are, we got to stand up against all things that exist in this country whereby our sisters and brothers, whereby human beings are concerned. We must recognize this. I don't give a doggone what a constitution says. I don't care what anybody give respect to a founding father. And people who talk about a founding father, who still on TV, every doggone time somebody calling themselves a prince or a princess, honoring them, idolizing them. Wait a minute. You got a prince or princess, and you hold them in higher esteem than you hold yourself. They're everything they know. The babies coming, oh, they get married. Who talk to who first? Who smile first? Anything. Idolized, captivated. That's why we are where we are. Now, how to get out of this mess? Everybody in the United States of America, everybody in the United States of America are here. And every resource that's in the United States of America and within the boundaries of the United States of America are resources of the people within those boundaries. And the abilities of each individual, the talents and gifts that we have, are given for the purpose of exercising those gifts in creating what we, the people, are able to create. We wanted to create and manifest itself. Here's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying. Here's what the change is calling for. You have been doing it for money. Now, there might have been all kind of motivations for money. Usually it's to do the things that you would want to do anyway. But the way you're doing it with this money, you have said money takes away the requirement of working together. Money takes away the requirement of cooperating. Because you can buy people just to do what you want to do. But if people doing because they've got to do it, then they choose if they got that choice, or they choose what they want to do. And as they choose to do what they want to do, my friends, they benefit accordingly. I don't know why I keep repeating this stuff to you. In fact, I went off on a drift. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to think I'll do this.